And we have a guest with us today. Welcome to the show, Sasha.
Thank you for having me. I'm glad to be here.
And Sasha, you've requested a relationship compatibility analysis. I understand you're married?
Yes, I am.
Yeah, how long for?
We've been married for 23 and a half years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you don't mind me asking, has it been happy?
As with all relationships, it's had its ups and downs, but it has been happy.
Yeah, okay.
It has been happy.
Though you're still requesting a relationship compatibility.
It doesn't hurt to know.
To know?
Yeah.
Yep, perfect. Okay, and so having a look at your charts, I can see that there is compatibility in there. In particular, it looks like from his chart, it looks like it's better for him to move far away for success. So has he moved or has he come from somewhere far away?
Actually, he has. My husband and I were introduced as pen pals and had been writing and conversing for over 2 years. So we sort of got to know each other in that time.
Yep.
And then I went over for a holiday to meet him face to face, and we clicked.
Oh, okay.
We clicked.
That's great.
So then I helped him with his paperwork to have him migrate out to Australia, and things just progressed from there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that is quite wouldn't say whirlwind romance, but that is one of the more unusual ways to get married.
Yes.
You're pen paling. Okay, look, having a look at your chart, it looks like you're a worker. You are very busy. You're an output person, which means you're actually quite very, I should say, giving. Okay.
I agree. That's very
you
true.
agree?
Yes.
So you've had to work a lot. And what we say, you've got open treasure box, so people come and pick from that treasure box. So doesn't mean to say you've been taken advantage of.
In some instances, I'd say yes, and in other instances, I'd have to say my husband and I are both very open and giving people.
Yeah,
and if we can help you or help out in any way we can, we do.
Yeah,
we're very active within our families and our communities, and you know, try to give and help as much as we can. But in having said that, we also receive the same as well.
Yeah. Okay. I guess that is quite common in a lot of not just Middle Eastern cultures, but Eastern cultures generally. Very family oriented and quite close knit, as from what I would say.
Very much so.
Yeah, very much so. So yeah, look, you do have quite a lot of compatibilities. I guess so. For we've looked. Look, you've got 2 dragons, one on the year and one on the day. But in between them, there you've got a dog on your work palace, and which is also your family palace as well. So I can see conflicts. I mean, the dog and the dragon is normally a clash. And so it's, I should say, ganging up on the dog, the sandwich in the middle. So that does get attacked. And normally the dog there in that place not only represents sisters, but mothers and also work. So I'll just say, look, the dragon year for you would say going to be interesting. You have another dragon. However, so workplace for you would be hard, but looking at your husband's chart, he actually has a combination that wouldn't say protect, but shield you somewhat from it. So I guess, do you feel like you're kind of like your workplace being attacked?
I do agree with your analysis. Currently, I am having some issues within the workplace, and I am looking to rectify it, whether by applying for other jobs just to remove myself from the situation. in relation to family, for example, sisters,
Yeah.
I do come from a large family that's
Yep.
mainly female, so girls always clash. So there also could be something there. But the reading is, from my opinion, it's correct.
Yeah. Okay. They practice somewhat. There are combinations, but looking at it, look, I have to say with his chart, he seems like he is someone that likes money. Likes money coming in.
Don't we all?
Coming in, like, don't we all? But he doesn't particularly like to work hard for it. Is that true?
It can be true at times. In having said that, he is a worker. He's worked since he's migrated to this country and hasn't stopped.
Yeah.
But sometimes, if the situation presents itself to make extra money to come in, he sort of has to be pushed a bit to
Oh, okay.
sort of like, for example, the opportunity's there, go take it. That does rear its head sometimes.
Okay, because it means you kind of have to push him a little bit, a bit of
Yes.
reluctance. So, do you think he doesn't mind working because of the person he is, or because of culture? Where I know with a lot of Eastern cultures, there's expectation a man has to work. If he doesn't, and the woman works, he's look like, what type of man are you, kind of thing.
I think it would be a combination of both.
Yeah.
Yes, he is the man, and in our culture, he's seen to be the primary breadwinner and bring in the income.
It's supposed to be.
Yes.
That's their role. Yeah.
That's their role. And also, he isn't a lazy person as such, and does understand that in order to survive, you need to work. You have to have incomes coming in this day and age to be able to live. But sometimes if there's the opportunity, like I said, to make a bit of extra money to come in, might have to be pushed a little bit
Okay.
to go take it.
To go
instead
take
of,
it.
oh, I've got my weekend, I want to go out and party.
Yeah.
You sacrifice a bit of it to bring in that a bit of extra
Okay.
income for a bit of extra comfort, so to speak.
Yeah. Okay. I think it's a big thing, though. I mean, and Sasha, one thing I had a look in your chart. Look, your husband is compatible with you, and he does provide some. His chart does protect you to an extent from your issue, which you have on all this attack on your work and issues with female members in your family. Well, not a complete protection because you're still going through that. But one thing I have to say though, it will come at a cost to you in terms of you will have with him. You have to work harder.
Yes.
Yeah. Has that been the case?
To be very blunt, honest, yes. I mean, but with any relationship, you have to put in the effort and the work to it. Otherwise, we probably wouldn't have lasted as long as we have been.
Yeah. So you work at it.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's a constant work in progress.
Yeah. Work in progress. So, look, judging from this, what it also is telling me is you're perhaps working harder than him or earning more than him or something like that?
Currently, at the moment, I would have to say yes, I agree, because I do have two jobs that I work at. I have my permanent role, and then I've also got a casual role that I take up as needed. My husband was of the impression that, before he came out here, it was sort of like, oh, when I come out there, I'm, the man of the family. I'll provide. You don't have to work anymore.
I'll look after you.
Yes.
So to speak.
And my response to him at the time was, I need for you to come out here first and see what the life situation is in Australia before you tell me you don't need to work anymore.
Yeah.
I said, because once you understand what the lifestyle here is, you'll understand that you do need 2 incomes, if not 3 or 4, as it is at the moment.
Yes, it's
to be
getting so bad.
to be able to survive and thrive.
Yeah.
So needless to say, when he did finally come out here, he realized and understood what I was talking about.
Yeah.
So it's not an impact on his masculinity, the fact that his wife actually works. He understands that, yes, we both have to work to survive.
Because that's the situation
The
at the moment.
situation that it is. But yes, at the moment I'm doing 2 jobs and he's just
doing one?
got the one.
Okay. Well, at this point when I say with him you'd have to work harder.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. You didn't know that before you married him, did you?
No.
Yeah.
No.
So in hindsight, would you still have gone through with it if you did know?
Yes, I would have.
Oh.
Because I got to know him
Mm.
as a person
Yeah.
beforehand. I think the lead
Mm.
up, the 2 year lead up into
Yeah.
everything, sort of got me to understand him a bit better. But like I said, as with anything, you do have to work at it.
Yeah.
I didn't envisage myself working 2 jobs as I
Yeah.
currently am,
Yeah.
but here we are. But I never visualized myself not working.
Yep.
That's just not who I am.
Yep.
I'm not one of those stay at home housewives that all she does is clean house, cook, look after
Yeah.
children,
Yeah.
and that's my day,
Yeah.
even though it is important. But for myself, I would also like to be able to bring in some income to contribute to the household
Yeah.
and to the family.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Of course, but
yeah.
no, look, as humans, our human nature, we would have preferred to be looked after.
I mean,
yeah.
of course, that's
Yeah.
there, but
Yeah.
reality is that's not everyone's reality. That's
So
not
yeah,
everybody's.
though if you knew beforehand, it would have been more of an informed decision.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So would you still recommend people to do the reading beforehand?
Everything helps, and yes, I would recommend it.
Yeah. Okay. Now in retrospective, and it's correct in terms of how it's turned out in your relationship.
With your reading, yes, it has.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. So no real big surprise. Well, I wouldn't say it reaffirms everything that's happened.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it does.
Yeah. Okay. I guess so. I guess with the knowledge beforehand, if people had the reading before they made it official, I guess it's an informed reading, and you go into it knowing what you're up for.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah.
And what to expect, and you can work at
Okay.
different. You can work on the different angles to make things better and smoother and
Yeah.
transition easier.
Yeah, and I guess looking at your chart, you're actually going through quite a difficult situation at the moment. Okay, Sasha, I've noticed that there are some issues in your chart. So, however, don't despair. There are still tools that we can help you. This is a bit outside of what you had asked for, but I thought I'll throw this in just to help you.
Of course.
This is a part of. This is one thing with Chinese astrology that is different from Western astrology is that, we don't have no qualms about being blunt about issues because, you know why? Because we have tools to manage it. So no qualms about to tell you what the problem is, if there is a problem, so that we can address it and try to fix it.
I would like that and prefer that. I think it's better.
Yeah. So, like I was saying, I have a feeling where you're staying at the moment, probably not the best. To fix, help your chart along and by extension your life, you can pick a house that's facing a certain direction. I can tell you that, Jen, it's either an ox or a goat position, and I'll let you know what the degrees are of that. Okay. So before you select a house you're going to move in, you can check with a compass whether or not it's facing those degrees.
Okay. That would be very helpful.
Yeah, because in your charts, this is one thing. In your charts, we may have, like I was saying, people are familiar with the animal signs, and because it's traditionally called 4 pillars astrology for a reason. So one pillar for your year, which a lot of people know is the annual animal sign, so to speak. But there's what people also don't quite get is there's also a sign for your month, your day, and also the hour. Okay. And with those signs there and how they interact, but we can fix it if there is a problem by putting out, say, having it facing certain directions with certain signs, and then that would fix it, or at least help negate any negative.
Okay.
So
I would agree with that 100% because in the home that we're currently in, over the last couple of years, I have noticed there's a pattern to health and money issues.
Yeah.
That's affecting all of us who are living in the household.
Oh, okay. So it sounds like it's not one person, someone's astrology. It's the house then. Yeah, it's not an individual. If it's affecting all occupants of the house, it's definitely the house then. It's not,
So But to narrow it further down to my husband and I, as based on the reading, yes, no, I totally agree with it. And we've actually discussed relocating and moving somewhere else because there is certain patterns that are being followed and repeated every year.
Geez, so it's definitely the house then. So, and it's fortunate, that you and him suit a certain direction together. So it's beneficial for you both. Yeah. There is instances where, unfortunately, for the couple, they suit different directions. So what do you do? If you have it facing the direction that suits one partner, then the other partner gets left in the lurch, so to speak. And that gets difficult, but there's still other ways to get around it. But normally, when that sort of thing happens, it's an indication of an underlying incompatibility.
Okay.
Yeah. So
I'm lucky in that respect.
Yeah,
We're
so
good.
you're lucky in that respect. So we can do something to help you both along. So that's something that is happy. So it's great. So even financially.